Hi everyone, Ian from DIY Home Gardening. I hope you're having a good day. Excuse my general look. Been mixing up a load of screed this morning, but yeah, got a little project for this afternoon. So, what is the project? Well, it's a bit of a build one for a change. Not done any for a while, so I'll show you what the problem is and what the solution's going to be. Right, this is basically my problem. This is, well, meant to be the dining room area, but as you can see, it's full up with plants that really need to get outside, and quite frankly I'm fed up with taking them out in the morning to have to get them brought in for me or bring them in at the end of the day because the temperature's dropping. So you see you've got more stuff in the propagation unit, got other bits, excuse the mess, other bits in another tray there, and I've got, well, all sorts of things really, bits tucked around here under the shelter, so, and then that's already got quite a few bits in. So my solution, going to build a cold frame. As cheap, well, relatively as cheap as possible, to be honest. So managed to get this pack of 8 sections of timber from B&Q for about £27. I will take a photo of the receipt just to prove it. And I've got I think it's 8 meters of polythene for just under £5. So my intention is to transform this lot into roughly a 4-foot square cold frame. So yeah, first things first, unbundle it, start marking and start cutting some sections. So what I'm going to do is I'll build 2 sections first, which will be, well, essentially the 4-foot bits, and then I can set them out and then see how big I need to make the others in order to get my rough dimensions. Say the timber itself is 8 foot long, so by having it as 4-foot compartments, then it means I can get 2 sections, well, 2 cuts per length, so it makes it nice and efficient. So yeah, I'm going to set up some well, the chop saw, or I don't know, something to cut on and get going. Well, decided going with a chop saw, can't bother to cut it all by hand, so that there is our mark, which is 1.2 meters. So then that will essentially give me 2 equal lengths, one for top, one for bottom of the panel. So as I say, I'm going to build 2 panels to start with. So essentially top and bottom one panel, top and bottom for the other, and then I'll be able to work out heights that I need. So yeah, going to cut now. So the thing to decide when you're building something like this is how big you actually want it. So what I'm thinking of is that I'll make the actual unit 50 centimeters in height from bottom to top, and my reasoning for this is that, one, hopefully by the time the frosts have passed, my plants won't be much bigger than that, and secondly, the polythene that I got is 1 meter wide, so by having it 50 centimeters total height means I can do essentially a double skin of polythene, which will definitely keep the plants much warmer. So now we know that we're going to be 50 centimeters from bottom to top. You can then see that what your internal measurement is going to be. So it's actually, well, it works out 46 centimeters. So then need to cut 4 sections, 46 centimeters, which would be 1 for either end, and then the same for that panel. So that's what I should do next. Mark them, cut them, and do that well, 4 times. So that's roughly set out, first panel. Just got to screw it together, and for that I'm just going to use some 50mm long screws. So I've got these kicking around, so you can see that they're going quite nicely, give us good distance. So yep, screw this panel together, then do the second one. Okay then, so we've got the 2 first sections done, set out roughly with the aid of a little stool. So they're set out to be about 1.2 meters in total spread from outside to outside. So I just need to make the internal section now. So we know that the width of that wood is 4 centimeters. So that wood is also 4 centimeters. So we add the 2 together, gives you 8. So you take 8 from the 1.20 meters. So that gives us 1.12 meters as our internal measurement. So that's what I now need to cut, is 2 long pieces of 1.12 meters, and then 2 upright sections which will be the same as those ones that are already done. So cut for one side and then repeat for the second side. Right, there you have it. So that's the 4 sections prepared. Now to fix it together, so what I'm going to do is I'll come in from this side, as it's the thinner section of timber, and we'll screw through to there. So first thing, you need to just make sure when you're screwing, obviously the top is nice and level. So we'll get that fixed in place now. So there we are, it's all screwed together. Like I say, what I've done is I've screwed it from the inside, and then that way it's going to enable us to be able to take it apart again. Well, say by using screws, it enables you to take it apart again, so that you can store it when you're not needing it from year to year. So final cuts to do now, which I'm going to try and get done before it chucks it down, because it's looking pretty black up there. Just going to cut those sections up, so just into 4 sections of 1.2 meters or there or thereabouts, to give me the panel that will then form the top. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then probably hurriedly pack the tools away and avoid the rain, I think. So just to make it obvious, for doing the top section, I've turned the timber so it's more on the longer side facing upwards. That way it'll give us, well, it'll be easier to fix through that way, and it'll give us a better finish. So I'll get this screwed together and then take everything inside. Right, inside, can't get rained on now. So what I've done, very crudely, just labelled up or written on, so you know which pieces go with which. So for future, it'd be nice and easy to take apart, put back together. And all I'm going to do now is just unscrew the sections, and then I'll be able to, well, essentially put the polythene on a section at a time and know that it all fits nice and snugly. So yeah, that's the job. Unscrew it again and then set it out. Okay, first panel done. Slightly more fiddly than I envisaged, but yeah, what's new? So it might be easier if you get a second person to help, just to keep it tight when you start off. But yeah, essentially just stapled around one side first, and then pulled the sheet tight, and what I've done is I've wrapped it around so it actually goes around what is to be the base of the timber, or base of the cold frame. So in that way you're not going to get any damp rising up into the timber, should last a little bit longer. and then let's tip it over, and then it comes back up the other side, so it gives us two skins. I had a little bit left over, about 10 centimeters, so I came up the top as well and then just stapled down. So for this, just using the staple gun, which I have one anyway, but staple gun, I mean, you could use some felt tacks, or little nails or screws or anything to hold it in place, to be honest, and then just a sharp knife to cut the polythene with. Obviously, if you've got scissors, do that. Just obviously be careful. So one panel done, another 3 to go. So on these connecting side panels, I've done them slightly different. What I've done, started at the base, so that will again be waterproof. Gone up one side, so secured one side nice and tight, stapled on the top, and then I'm just leaving the second side loose. So when it's in its upright position, it will be hanging down, but what it does is it enables you to be able to get to the screws to actually put it together. So got one more side panel to do, and then that's complete then. Right, so you can see now I've covered the panels over, screwed it back together. Obviously the loose section there is where it hasn't been fastened, which allows me to screw in. So these, when they're turned, when the whole unit's turned on its base, which is this section, then those internal flaps will then hang on the inside. So going to get this back out as well, it looks like it's sort of passed, so I get this back out, and then I can then cover the roof panel. There, and that's with the roof panel on. That definitely was a two-person job, just to try and get it taut at the second side, but yeah, you can see that actually that'd be quite cosy in there for the plants, so job done. So thanks for watching the video, hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, how to make a cold frame for about £32–33. I think the only thing I might add is I've got some old hinges in the shed, so I think I might add some hinges onto the roof to make it easier to lift up and down. Aside from that, yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So yeah, any messages, please feel free to send them to me. Keep subscribing, it's great to see so many of you look at my channel and indeed following what I'm doing, and yeah, enjoy your garden. I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.